Ladies and gentlemen, it is Snaggle J here for the Snaggle Sports Network with a season preview for our 2017 Toronto Blue Jays franchise. Now, in 2016, we lost to the Tampa Bay Rays 9-2 in the wild card play-in game. We made some moves in the offseason, hoping to bolster our roster enough to get over the hump. Let's take a look real quick at our roster. Josh Donaldson's still our highest rated player. Tulowitzki is the only other player that we have that breaks the 90 threshold. Starting pitching, we have Stroman, Estrada, Sanchez, Happ, Brandon Maurer, who we picked up in the offseason that we will be using in the bullpen. Jordan Lyles, who we signed on a one-year deal to be our fifth starter for now. Some of our younger, more talented guys, Derek Emery, who we drafted in the 2016 draft, only has 3 pitches, so probably destined to be in the bullpen. Connor Green, who is a B potential prospect at 21 years old, does need to get his stamina up, will begin the season in Triple-A. Our first round draft pick in 2016 is left-handed starter Robbie Huff, with A potential, great stamina, and a great pitch mix. Look for Robbie Huff to hopefully break into the big leagues later in the season and help us down the stretch. For now, he is in Double-A. We still have B prospect Jonathan Harris as well, and we have second round draft pick Orlando Tejada, another A potential lefty. Again, he needs a lot of work at only 59 overall, but as you can see, he does have the makings of a potential starter down the road. If there is an Achilles heel on the 2017 Toronto Blue Jays, it is our bullpen. As you can see, we lost Brett Cecil in free agency. We just really didn't want to pay the $5 million he was looking for. So we have a mix of Aaron Loop, Jesse Chavez, Ryan Webb, Joe Biagini, and Bo Schultz right now. Nothing exciting, and really nothing exciting to look forward to. We do have 18-year-old Richie Moses, who is a 65, but only a C potential, probably not going to be a major league contributor anytime soon. We do still have Roberto Osuna. We also now have Lewis Coleman, who has an excellent slider, will be our closer in Triple-A. Looking at our catching depth, Russell Martin, we signed Chris Jimenez to be our backup. We still have Max Pentecost, who is up to a 60 overall now, although he is now 24 years old. Really has to start making some hay down in Double-A. Edwin Encarnacion, we re-signed to a $100 million contract over 5 years. We outbid everybody else. We really needed Edwin back. Josh Bell, we acquired in a trade late last season. He's going to be our everyday first baseman. Edwin is going to be our everyday designated hitter. We'll take a look at the lineups in a few minutes. Still have Rowdy Tellez down there in the Double-A system. His power is starting to improve quite a bit. We'll see what he does in this season. We have Devin Travis. We signed Steve Pearce, just like the real-life Blue Jays. He is going to be our utility guy. Very good hitting stats. Probably going to get a lot of at-bats. We do have second base prospect Jason Fujita, who we signed as an undrafted free agent. 74 overall. He has great contact stats, and it qualifies at all the infield positions. But for now, we are going to leave him in Triple-A. Josh Donaldson is going to be our third baseman. Again, we have some depth here. With Matt Dominguez and Andy Burns being pretty good guys in the minor leagues. We also have Michael Chavis, who we traded for last season. Not really developing that well. He's only 21, though, and at B potential, he could get better in a hurry. At shortstop, we have Troy Tulowitzki. Obviously, Ryan Goins is going to start at Triple-A, which I am perfectly okay with because screw him. Not a lot of depth here. If Tulowitzki were to get hurt, it might be a little bit of a scramble, but I think we would get by. Something we're going to target in the 2017 draft is likely to be a shortstop. In left field, none of these guys are actually our starting left fielder, but we do have Chris Coughlin and Scott Van Slyke on the big league roster. Coughlin, who qualifies at all the outfields plus second base, does have some good hitting stats against righties. Scott Van Slyke has some good hitting stats against lefties. Also qualifies at all three positions in first base. We have Dalton Pompey, who I'm not sure what we're going to do with Dalton Pompey. Sooner or later, we're going to have to make a decision on him. His hitting stats, as you can see, are not improving very well. And his speed is not enough to make him a game changer. So it'd be interesting to see. We'll have to make a decision there. We do have a couple of younger guys. Eric Seng, who does have some nice hitting stats and really not anything else. And Eloy Jimenez, who's only 20 years old, but V potential could improve quickly. Ian Desmond is our starting center fielder, and Ian Desmond is going to play every day. We signed Ian Desmond to if I'm not mistaken, it was a 5-year, $12.5 million per contract. That allowed us to trade Kevin Pillar. Desmond, like I said, is going to play every day. He's on the upswing. Had a really good season last year in Texas, where he had 18 home runs and 67 RBIs and 17 steals. We have B potential Eric Greer, who also qualifies at third base. He's more of a speed guy. He does have some good contact stats as well. So we have him. And then Andrew Benintendi, who we traded for last season, was part of a major deal where we traded Anthony Alford. He is going to be our starting left fielder, at least against right-handed pitching, perhaps against lefties as well. You can see, not real good. 68 overall. The hitting stats are okay. The fielding is okay. The speed is okay. He's a very well-rounded player right now. We're going to give him everyday at-bats in left field. Hope it works out. And we also have B potential prospect Adam Frazier, but he's now 25. Does qualify at all three outfields and second and short. So potential future utility player. Our right fielder, who we acquired in the Kevin Pillar and others trade, was Gregory Polanco. Now, I was very hesitant to acquire Polanco because he really can only play against righties. You could put him in there against lefties, but he is going to struggle, and I think we're going to sit him against lefties for now. But he is going to be a nice piece added to our team. We have Junior Lake and Seth Smith as depth down in AAA. Vladdy Guerrero is 19 now. Hopefully he makes some big strides this year. And we also have B potential Adam Ramirez and B potential J.J. Montag. Taking a look at our Major League pitching rotation, we have Stroman, Estrada, Sanchez, Happ, and Lyles. We also have Jesse Chavez as our long man, Biagini, Brandon Maurer. As I said, we're going to use him in the bullpen. I like his slider being his primary pitch. Could be a good guy to get outs in the bullpen. We have Bo Schultz. Setups, we have Ryan Webb and Aaron Loup. Webb, who we signed to a $2.8 million deal over 2 years in the offseason. Hopefully it works out. Again, he's got a good pitch mix for the bullpen. He's got good velocity, good break. I think he's an underrated 73, so that'll be good. Aaron Loup, who's going to be our primary lefty, that's a scary, scary thought. And Roberto Osuna is our closer. We do have lots of prospects down in the minor leagues, so if we are in the hunt around the trade deadline, we can always try to pick up a big lefty. As you can see, we have Emery Green, Reed Foley, and who are we missing? We're missing somebody. There it is, Burbuki. Going on the fly here, LaRue. So, obviously, Emery Green and Reed Foley are actual prospects we need to be worried about. And we look down into Double-A, we have Robbie Huff. Obviously, is our only top 50 prospect. Big things coming out of him, I hope. Here's a look at our everyday lineups against right-handed pitching. We're going to have Polanco at right field, Donaldson at third, Encarnacion at DH, Troy Tulowitzki at shortstop, Ian Desmond in center field, Josh Bell at first base, Devin Travis at second base, Andrew Benintendi in left field, Russell Martin at catcher, Coughlin, Pierce, Van Slyke, and Jimenez on the bench. Every day against lefties with DH, a little bit different. We're going to have Desmond leading off, then Donaldson, Encarnacion, Tulowitzki, Steve Pierce will be in left field, Scott Van Slyke will be in right field, Josh Bell again at first, Devin Travis, and Russell Martin, same as the other lineup, with Polanco, Coughlin, Jimenez, and Benintendi on the bench. So we do have two different platoon situations that we're going to be dealing with. Hopefully that does not hamstring us later on when it comes to making moves. Anyways, guys, that is a look at a season preview for the 2017 Toronto Blue Jays franchise. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think I need to improve. Obviously, I know I have some holes in the bullpen that we are going to try to address as we go. But if you think of any other holes, if you see anything that you like, see anything that you don't like, let me know down in the comments below. And as always, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more MLB The Show 16 videos. And until next time, this is Snaggle J for the Snaggle Sports Network, signing off.